Our next guest, as we said, getting a chance to fight for her very first UFC title, goes down October 25th, UFC 321, Abu Dhabi. Vacant UFC strawweight title. It's Virna Jandiroba against Mackenzie Dern, the aforementioned Mackenzie Dern. Kind enough to join us right here and now on the program. There she is. Hello, Mackenzie.
Hey Ariel, how are you?
Where are you coming from?
Training, San
Training.
Diego.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for squeezing us in. We appreciate it, and hope you're
Thank
doing
you.
well. Congratulations on getting this opportunity. When did you find out that you were fighting for the belt?
Um, so they were kind of talking about the interim belt. They had said an interim belt. And that was like maybe, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. They were talking about it, but they weren't sure if they were gonna do it. And then they're like, okay, they're gonna do it, but wait until they announce it. And then I found out by Instagram that it was gonna be for the actual belt.
Wow.
When Dana announced it. So I texted like Tiki. I'm like, wait, is it the real belt or the interim belt? He's like, oh, it's the real belt. So yeah, that was just like very recent. The change. Not that the interim belt, but of course we were happy with the interim belt. That would still it's still belt, and it would be like the next step to getting, the belt. But the fact that it's for the real belt definitely puts extra happiness and gratefulness on it.
Yes. So you found out like all of us at the same time.
Yes.
Wow. That is wild. And what was your reaction? Were you? I mean, it's a lot more prestigious to be the actual champion.
Yeah, I mean, I was super happy. Everything's the same, 5 rounds, the same opponent, the same place, but yeah, I was super happy. And just like, yeah, I can't miss this opportunity. This is the first time I'm gonna be fighting for the belt. It's against someone who I beat before, but who after I beat her went on and had like this amazing run and beat all the girls that beat me the way I wish I would have beaten them, just like taking the ground and like submitted or just basically dominated. So it was 5 years ago. And yeah, I'm super excited. I think this is a great matchup. And I mean, I know Whaley, if she ever, when she wants to come back down, um, she'll fight whoever has the belt then. So interim or the belt, I still think it makes sense. And yeah, I'm just really grateful for the opportunity and I'm going to make the most of it for sure.
Are you surprised Whaley vacated the title?
Um, no, I'm not surprised. I mean, I think like depending on how her fight with Valentina would be, if it would be anything like Alexa and Valentina, they could do like a trilogy, and all this stuff. So I think it's just kind of, you know, it just makes sense, not to put the division on hold. And she was so dominant in the strawweight division, you know what I mean? It's just like everyone that they were throwing at her, she was just beating. So I mean, I think even if she wants to come back after the one fight with Valentina, I think that it would make sense. But I mean, I figured maybe she'd want to have two belts, But I think depending how her fight goes with Valentina, she might want to have like a trilogy or something like that. And that could take a while.
I was talking before you joined us that it's almost going to be 10 years since your MMA debut, which is crazy how quickly time has gone. Your debut was in July of 2016. And I'm wondering, considering you were so successful in the world of jiu-jitsu, was this was this always a part of your plan? Was this always a goal of yours to become a UFC champion? Or is it something that you were just kind of thinking like, let me just see how far this can take me? And if it does take me to this spot, great. But if not, no big deal because I've already had so much success in another world. How did you view the title when you got into this?
No, I wasn't even thinking about the title when I went into MMA. I just went in. I like I said, the UFC they signed me before I had even done any fighting in MMA at all. Before LFA, before Legacy. So they said they signed me like with the developmental plan, and they said try it out, see if you like it. If you do want to stay in it, I'm signed already with them. If not, no problem. You can stop and then go back to jiu-jitsu, whatever you want to do. So I went into it like, oh, Ronda Rousey, everyone's just like, yeah, you should do it. You're really good at jiu-jitsu and you can go into like movies and this and that. And I had just won 2015. I won all my major titles in jiu-jitsu at black belt 2016. So it was kind of just like, see how I do, if I like it. And then if anything, I was like 20, 23, 24, I'll come back. I think I was 22. Then I can come back to jiu-jitsu. But I started growing. I think actually my fight with Virna was one of the first fights when I like kind of realized and I thought like, okay, I think I have it in me, because I broke my nose and it was kind of just like we stayed all 3 rounds striking. And She was way more experienced than me, just by like she had way more fights in Invicta and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of like I was like, okay, I think I really want to get better at striking, and I want to like take this serious. Like, not I want took it serious, but I started growing into seeing myself as a champion. I started fighting girls that ended up fighting for the belt, or like just like these amazing strikers, and seeing like how I was handling them, and seeing like, hey, okay, I think I can be like a champion, a world champion in a different sport. So that mindset of a champion started grew into me. It wasn't something that I was just like I said, my dad was against me doing MMA. It was never like a thing that, I've never imagined me doing MMA. So for me to be here, a black belt in jiu-jitsu, like completely raw with striking and even wrestling and stuff like that, and to be basically like a black belt in MMA now. Because in my opinion, if you're fighting for the belt, that's like the best of the best in MMA. You don't need the best striker or the best wrestler, the best jiu-jitsu, but it's just you need to be able to be the best at the sport, which is everything: cage, strategy, athletic, everything.
So we know about the jiu-jitsu success, the MMA success, but what about this poker success? I see you on these celebrity things. What's going on over here? Are you some sort of stud poker player?
No, I mean the same thing. I mean, maybe one day I'll get there, but yeah, I just started out playing Blake Wynn and Hayes Pollard. They're the owner, the creators of this amazing celebrity poker event where they get like NBA stars, UFC fighters, YouTubers, just tons of different amazing like characters, and put us all together. And then most of us didn't even know how to play when we started. So, but actually, like when we started seeing each other at more and more events, you can tell that all of us, like even like the YouTubers or the comedians and everything, we've all been like trying to get better and better. So I got a couple sponsors with poker now. I competed at like the WSOP World, like the one in Vegas. That was like 2 months. So I just like kind of it's like it's so good to just get your mind in a competitive, and you have to read people without getting punched in the face. It's something you can do for like the rest of your life if you want to. So it's really good. I'm like I've gotten some good results, but I have way more to learn and just get better at. But yeah, it's so much fun.
We saw you, Paulo, Colby, Aljo. Of the four of you, who did best?
Oh, Bohashi, Paulo.
Really?
Yeah. I've been to a final table with Colby before. He got second and I got sixth. Well, Hashim, Paulo, he took me out, which sucked this time because he was right next to me. But at our initial table, that was nine. There were nine people at each table. Four of the people went to the final table at the end of the event. So the final table was nine. So half of our table was half of the final table. So we had a really tough table, and that's what poker's about. You have some bad hits sometimes that you didn't. Paulo beat me with like a 6 and a 7. I had like a pair of aces. I was like, what the heck? Why would you play with it? But it is what it is. At least the UFC fighters, they went pretty far. Aljamain went far. Paulo went far. Kobe went far. But next
Nice.
time we're gonna get them.
I love it. By the way, did you happen to check out the CJI event this weekend?
No, no, I was with the poker event and everything like that. I wasn't able to. I saw like the results. I saw Sarah Galvon. I was actually just training with Sarah Galvon, who's the daughter of my best friend Angelica Galvon and Andre Galvon. And she did an amazing fight. I saw Craig with Chow Sonnen. So that was like really crazy. and then just kind of like the teams, I saw like basically the highlights and stuff like that, but I wasn't able to go and watch and everything. But
There was some debate. I'm just curious your take, because some people said the quintet format led to not a lot of activity and maybe some stalling. UFC is getting into it now. There's a war between Craig and UFC. Is all this good for jiu-jitsu to have all this chatter around the sport? It feels like it's getting a lot more attention than maybe 5-6 years ago.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I think any type of like competition or marketing or any way that people try things and see like, hey, this didn't get a lot of submissions, and in the end of the day, I mean, people want money. You know what I mean? So if they can bring money in for jiu-jitsu, and people are gonna get paid by getting submissions, not just by like winning stalling. I think even in like MMA too, you can see the fighters that will win things like just by stalling the whole time, and maybe they get far, or maybe they'll, even win like a title or something. But, I don't think it's going to be like a Charlize the Bronx who has like, I don't know, the most performance bonuses in like the UFC basically because of how many, you know, just that style of like trying to finish and stuff like that. So I think just any type of organization, the competitors, that's always good. Just constantly evolving. And jiu-jitsu is something that's evolving all the time and never stops. Every new position that comes out, there's always a new defense that comes out, and then they come with a new position to defend that defense, and then it just keeps going and going.
Will you compete in UFC, BJJ?
I don't know if they pay me enough. If they pay me
Yeah.
enough, I want to. I definitely would like that to be my contract. Just to keep me. I just trained jiu-jitsu now in San Diego with Andre. So, for my upcoming fight against Virna, who's a grappler too. So definitely my jiu-jitsu against the girls that are 100% jiu-jitsu. It's like a little bit rusty. And I would definitely like to have those events at UFC jiu-jitsu, be able to like just keep me on point, keep me at least not rusty with my jiu-jitsu.
Going into your first title fight against someone that you beat, even though it's 5 years ago and she's much improved, that has to give you incredible confidence, right? Usually you don't go into a title fight against someone you've already fought and certainly already beat. It has to feel a little bit different, right? You're probably anxious. You probably have some sort of nerves. There's probably some sort of like, I don't know, anxiety going into a fight like this, and it's such a big deal for you, but you know her to a degree.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's pretty one that you've never fought before, and there's like in the back of your head, like, do you think I can do it? Like there's no doubt in my mind that I can't do it. But like I have like in my mind, I know I can do it because it's been done before. So the only question is if I can do it again and get better, focus on me getting better. And I know for sure she's gonna bring new stuff. Her team is gonna bring new stuff to the table. So you just gotta be prepared for that and fighting. Basically a different Virna. Although we both know that our strengths are grappling, but we're both totally different fighters. I was watching my fight with her last time, and I was like, man, I was so like petite. I just like didn't really have any muscles, and I was just kind of like very like very girly girl, and I'm way more athletic now, and just kind of was able to grow the muscle and like get a way more mature, uh, athletic body to be able to fight for the championship now. You know what I mean? So definitely in her too. I mean, I think I think she's had a lot of good fight IQ with the fights, and I think my whole journey in the UFC has been like a lot of emotion and kind of going to like battles that I didn't need to. But at the same time, I know I've been through a lot more battles than she has. So I think I'm really hard to break. And I think, yeah, if she's gonna beat me, I think it would have to be something like knock me out or something. I mean, I think like she would probably try and like maybe steal the rounds, maybe get a takedown near the end of like the rounds and kind of maybe a little bit more stalling tactic too. But yeah, I'm training to beat her like in all the areas, like physically, mentally, emotionally, technically, strategically, striking, grappling, wrestling, everywhere. Because I feel like that's what you need to do to be a champion.
That is true. I also feel like there's something maybe symbolic, something beautiful about the fact that it's happening in Abu Dhabi. Given your background, title fight in Abu Dhabi, you've had success in ADCC. You know what I mean? Did you think of that?
Yeah, no, for sure, definitely. I mean, I won my world title, which was like a belt, when I beat Gabby Garcia in Abu Dhabi, which was April 25th in 2015, and now I'm fighting in 2025, so 10 years later
Wow.
on October 25th in Abu Dhabi. So I think that means something.
Yes. And by the way, are you training horses as well now?
Yeah, I'm learning how to jump. I'm doing like English writing. We bought a horse. Yeah, that's Apollo.
Apollo, shout out.
Yeah, Apollo. He's such a good boy. He's not a perfectionist and nothing, but he's 6 and he's good at it. He knows how to do a little bit of everything. So he's a good boy. And I used to do Western riding. I used to do like barrel racing and stuff like that. So, but the whole like English writing came from Moa. She wanted to do that. So I've been doing lessons with her. So yeah, we've been having fun. But our biggest thing is just like we'll go and take him out, and it's just kind of like my time with Moa, and we'll listen to music, and we'll just go and be a vibe. It's just a vibe. He's
Wow.
such a good boy.
Where does he live? In your backyard?
He no, he's like 5 minutes from my house. He's at a equestrian center. There's like stables and stuff.
Man. So the
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu, the poker, the MMA, the equestrian, surfing as well? Surfing? Any surfing? No.
No, not recently. Not recently.
Okay.
I mean, I love surfing. I love like the competitions. And when Moa just won her first surf competition.
Wow.
She got first place. Yeah, so super happy for her. Just she's really excited about that. But yeah, I haven't really been in the water. I've been just training a lot and
How
traveling.
how old is she?
She's 6.
6, and she just won her first surfing competition. How do they judge
Yeah.
these 6-year-olds in the surfing competitions?
Well, she beat like a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old. It's just kind of
Wow.
like, yeah, yeah, seriously. It's like standing up and just like keeping the balance on the wave and how far they go on the wave. Like if they go all the way to the shallow end, and if they're able to do any kind of like movement on the wave, like a little bounce, or like a side. So that's kind of how they rank it. They count the points on those little things.
Is she starting to train as well, like to really show interest in what you're doing, or is it a little too soon?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like she had the first week of school last week. Then she wanted to. They had to take like three objects that represent herself, and she wanted to take my UFC glove to represent her fighting career. So
Incredible.
yeah, she's feeling like a fighter right now. She like put it on. She's like, let me see if it fits me and everything. She's really liking it.
Is she going to be at the title fight?
I don't know. I gotta see if her dad will let me take her. Right now, he's saying he doesn't want to let me take her, but
Oh no.
we'll see. We'll try and figure that out.
Why not? Why not?
Hopefully,
Not you. Maybe not comfortable with this?
no, he just doesn't want me to take her because he doesn't says that I don't let him take him to all the surf competitions.
Oh.
I'm like, but he can't miss school. There's still school. But anyway, it's just, I mean, it's a title fight, and Mo's like always been at my fights. She'll go like Friday and come back on Sunday when it's in Vegas and stuff like that. But Abu Dhabi, it's like she was there at my last fight in Abu Dhabi for 2 weeks, but that was during summer vacation. So I had the vacation. But this is just it's just to be difficult. You know how it is,
I get it.
or maybe you don't. I don't know.
No, I
No
get.
parenting.
I understand. I understand. I totally understand. Your dad will be there.
My dad will be there. Look at my dad.
Oh, there he is, the legend.
What's up, my man?
Bom dia.
Bom dia, what's up?
Yeah. Wow. What a cameo. That's incredible. So he will be there. Yes.
For
He
sure.
will be there. We'll get there early. We'll get there a couple weeks early just to get training. I'll probably get a little bit of training with Alan Fimfo, who's in Chimaev's corner. They live out. He lives out there. So the grappling part, the jiu-jitsu part, just to get the last adjustments for fighting Virna. So it'll be good.
Okay. Can I ask before I let you go? Can I ask the legendary Megaton? What does he think of his daughter fighting for a UFC title after all these years, my friend? What do you think of your daughter? How far she's come?
Oh man, I think this title shot come in the right time, man. She's been, working hard for this. We looking, for this, opportunity, and the opportunity happening, and we go take it, man. UFC 321 is gonna have a new champion, strawweight, and her name is Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah. Are you proud of her?
Oh, proud, way proud, much proud, more than proud. I don't know, right?
I love it. I love it. Well, good luck to you. Good luck to both of you. Good luck, Mackenzie. Thank you so much for the time. Very happy for you, and looking forward to the fight in October. All the best.
Thank you, Ariel. All the best for you. Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. There she is, the great Mackenzie Dern, fighting at UFC 321, October 25th. 20 major gold medals from grappling competitions, including ADCC, World No-Gi, Pan Am, Euro, Brazilian, Asian, World Cup, ranked 5th in the strawweight division. 8 career wins via submission, in case you're wondering. Most sub wins in UFC women's strawweight history. joint second for most stoppages in UFC strawweight history, and second most fight night bonuses in UFC women's strawweight history, 7, 2 behind the leader, Jessica Andrade. I believe she's well on her way. Who's the favorite going into that one? I refrained from playing the clip of what GC said earlier in the show. I didn't want to do that. I thought about throwing to the clip, but then I said,
Do we have the clip?
No, I'm not sure. Do we have the clip?
No, we don't have the clip.
I thought about maybe just throwing it to you to replay the clip.
Oh, you wanted me to just say the clip again?
Well, I mean, you could just say it.
I mean,
It's tough.
You know, she's 2-fight winning streak.
What are the odds? Let me see here. Dern.
3-3 in her last 6.
Yeah, no, but one of them didn't count.
4-4 in her last.
UFC
8.
321. No odds here. Is it still best fight odds? Is that the spot? They do have Topuria Patty Pimblett odds.
No, man, I'm not gonna lie. Best fight odds has not been the spot for a millennia now.
Oh,
I've been telling you
jeez.
telling you forever. Fightodds.io.
What is it? Fight odds.
Been telling you that for as long as I can.
Really?
At this point, since way back. Box.
The IO kind of. Oh, what is this page? This is a mess. I can't figure this out.
Actually, once you get used to this, you'll go back to best fight odds and realize that is the mess.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't even find 321. Where's 321?
I already found
here it
but we
is.
don't have odds.
No odds.
No.
Who do you think should be the favorite?
Virna.
Oh, I'm going to tell. Clip that off. Let's play it for Mackenzie.